talk about this.
All right.
What is going on, everyone? Justin here.
You know who I be. I'm the man, Myron.
Yep. And welcome to another edition of the Just My Look podcast, man. We are back again. And so we want to continue what we talked about last week, man, or the last episode.
Mm-hmm.
We got into talking about music and its effect on our lives and the impact. But we wanted to continue the discussion because me and Myron were talking. We were like, man,
And it's your birthday, right? Yeah.
it is my birthday.
When we're recording this, happy birthday.
It is my birthday.
Yeah.
The nice 3-5.
35.
35.
3 on that way, but
35. But y'all, we want to talk about music, man, a little more. And talk about just our favorites and why we appreciate certain artists. And hopefully y'all can get involved, man. Let us know for sure your thoughts. Well, I definitely want to pose a couple of questions to you all. But let's get started, man, this is going to be a shorter stream because Myron, as you know, he has a fitness competition. You can see he's got his tight fitting Residence Life thing on, showing his chest muscles. He ain't playing with y'all. I'm just kidding. No, Myron has something to take care of, y'all. So it's gonna be a short one today. But let's get started. So Myron, let's start off with just ripping the Band-Aid off. Top 5 rappers all time.
Okay.
Top 5 rappers. We'll talk about artists. We'll talk about artists like overall soon. Let's start off with rappers because we're both big hip hop fans.
Rappers, best 5 of all time.
Yep. In order. Number 1 being the best.
This gonna be a tough one in terms of everything, but folks is not gonna agree with this. And I think Andre 3000 is the best of all time. Andre 3000. I think he's just so versatile. But I'm gonna say Andre is number 1. Number 2, I'm gonna say Kendrick.
Nice.
I'm gonna say number 3, I think is I feel like Jay is 3.
Jay Bryan.
Jay Bryan. JC. You're at least in the top 10,
Right.
We'll say Jay's 3. I'm gonna say number 4 is oh shoot, man. Number 4 is probably gonna be. It's gonna be controversial again too. Pusha T. And maybe number 5 is and we're just talking about rapping, hip hop.
Well, that's the thing. My second question was going to be, what makes somebody be able to be in your top 5? Is it sales? Is it how many fans they have? Is it technical skill with rapping? There's so much that comes into play. So
yeah, it is a lot.
It
Okay.
depends on what you think, really. But go on.
Um, and it becomes a toss up between like Cole, Wayne, and like Ye. And I think I'm probably gonna give the edge to J. Cole. And I'd probably even switch J. Cole to number 4 and push your T down to 5.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
Final answer. You got your hand covering your mouth like you can go like I'm not sure
No,
about this.
I know. It's been, when folks hear that, they be like, "Hey, man, this is the trashiest list."
I mean, how so I call your list trash? They had their own list, and somebody else might call it
But it's
trash.
every all of my opinion is based upon my own specific criteria.
Well, what's your criteria? That's
Um,
important.
I
Like
think I think
what's important?
lyricism, delivery, body of work. Um, I think uh, even when I think about those people, I also am considering, do these people do things outside of just rapping? Are they,
Okay.
in terms of like overall talented? Are you able to maybe transcend genres? Are you able to do something outside of just rapping? Like, what type of influence do you have on other people? Do like a lot of people like pull from that, from your style, or from who you are as an artist as well too? Is probably some of my thoughts. I mean, I think a lot of people would probably say on my list too is like, where's Pac and Biggie and stuff like that too. Um,
I don't know why. Well, I know why, but
but I mean,
people just say Pac and Biggie on every list because Pac,
right,
Biggie, like okay, everybody in the world ain't Pac and Biggie ain't their favorite. So I
right,
don't know
right.
where that came from.
I think a lot of it is just kind of like,
Pac, Biggie. I'm like,
is the influences in terms of like these guys, and there probably will be another part that we can talk about, but I'll just say that those things that I mentioned, body of work, lyricism, uh, delivery, um, influence, and talent that, outside of the scope of your genre specific.
okay, uh, cool. I would say Kanye, J. Cole, probably Drake, my number 3, followed by maybe Jay-Z. That really
Mm.
think back, and then number 5. Who has my? Well, I'll tell you what my criteria is. Number 5, all time best to me. Think personal connection.
Yeah, that
It
that
would
that.
have to. It would personal connection. Okay, so those rappers that I mentioned, I probably have some of the most personal connection with.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I guess I okay. I'll
Yeah,
say
man.
I'll put
'Cause I
I'll put
mean, like,
Lil One.
because I feel like even what you talking about, like, it's hard to leave. Ye is still like, I was like googogging over like Ye's like up until like 808 Heartbreak, and that's like my favorite Kanye album.
Yeah,
808 Heartbreaks. Period.
yeah.
Like, that's my favorite one. People be like, "Oh, that's what?" Like, no, it's automatically college dropout. Whatever.
No, absolutely not. College Dropout is not even top 3 Kanye albums, but that's another conversation. Anyway, probably Lil Wayne because
Wayne. Okay.
because I don't really. I don't really care as much about sales or body of work as far as more than personal connection.
Yeah.
Like it depends on the time period I heard this person, how much I related to their lyrics. Like I remember when like 2014 Forest Hills Drive dropped, right? And I remember J. Cole released that intro video when he's riding a bike in New York. And I remember like feeling such a personal, close connection to J. Cole. I was like, this is the most regular dude I've ever met in my life from that video. He's not like he's I mean, the stuff he was talking about, it was like his transition. Cause I always say every artist has an album where it's like a switch goes off for them and they just fall into their natural selves. And I think 2014 Forest Hills Drive was it. When I heard that intro, where I was in my life, that was my first concert, going to see the 2014 Forest Hill Drive tour in the pit. That was crazy. I listened to that album from front to back. I literally laid on the couch.
Isn't that album that had like, do you want to be?
Yeah, that's it. That's the intro.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I remember when that dropped. I think Shanice might have retweeted the intro or something. And I think that's how I found it even, because Shanice might have retweeted that junk, because she's a fan too of J. Cole. And so I used to...
J. Cole is the all time. If he said that, hey, I'm leaving everything that I got for you, I'm
like it's over.
It's a wrap.
It's over. So
look, I was like, and I told if you ever like cheated on me with J. Cole, just make sure I keep on upping the price.
Right. I promise. Give me a little piece. But no, man. So J. Cole, and that's what I mean by personal connection. Like such a big one, especially with that album. Because I like Cold World. It was great. I like Friday Night Lights. That was great. Born Center, great. Like I liked his stuff, but that album, from then on, he went like top tier. In fact, he was my favorite for some years until Kanye West fell back into my favorite. Kanye West is my all-time favorite artist. He's my top artist. Probably will be for the rest of my natural life, just because he was one of my first major hip-hop artists that I really listened to when College Dropout was coming out. And I was a kid. He dropped in 2004? Yeah. I remember hearing Through the Wire. I was like, what the heck is this? And like, what is that? Like, what am I even hearing right now? It's like, Through the Wire. I was like, this sounds crazy. It's super good. What is this? And then he started like rap singing on it. Even before Drake. This is before Drake started doing it.
Right.
He started like, bro, it was crazy. It sounded crazy at the time. Now a lot of people do it. Drake came in and like took that whole little subgenre over.
Right.
But man, College Dropout, Late Registration.
Yeah, it was.
But when that thing dropped in 05, I promise you, I heard that little heard him say the intro with Bernie Mac.
Oh yeah.
Not Bernie Mac.
Adam Levine. Adam Levine. And I heard him say
no.
No, it's Adam Levine.
No, not the singing. I'm talking about the intro. The intro was I thought it was Bernie Mac. Yeah. But it was actually D. Ray Davis.
Yeah.
It was like D. Ray Davis.
Kanye.
Yep. Being the other, well, that wasn't even the right album, but are you snoring in my class? Oh yeah. Wake up, Mr. West. that was crazy. I remember that, man, in high school. And they're hearing that little I never heard nothing like that. So when and then the way he was flowing on the beats, he's not the best rapper. He's not technically, but the way the pockets he was attacking and stuff, I still ain't heard nothing like that. Some of the stuff, the way he attacks things since. Yeah. And it sounds stupid if somebody else do it, but if he do it like that, it's like, oh, it sounds clean. That's his thing. So
Promise Tomorrow Today.
Yeah, bro, nasty. Then he came behind there with Touch the Sky with Lupe Fiat.
Yeah, that was.
He let the beat ride out. It was crazy, man. It was an experience.
After that, wasn't that the track where it was the Diamond song? Wasn't that after Touch the Sky?
Diamonds was on there. I don't remember the order. Diamonds was on there. Diamonds remix. Gone was on there.
Yeah.
On My Way Home. I'm on my way home. That one. Nasty, bro. Jill Scott Heron samples. I mean, like, he had the orchestral background. It was crazy. It was an experience.
You said like his first few albums all had like a concept. Like, I think you said Late Registration was all about like big like stadium sounds, or was that
Yeah.
graduate?
So no, it was graduation. So if you go back and listen, College Dropout, that was just his showcase of his like producing skills and that he could rap. Right?
Mm-hmm.
People knew he could produce, but they didn't know he could like rap. He was showing that on College Dropout. And
Mm-hmm.
then late registration, he started showing his musical creativity outside of just rap. He
Mm-hmm.
had orchestras and stuff in the background. The way he was flipping beats, it was crazy. Letting the beats ride out. People weren't doing that crap. I don't
Mm-hmm.
care what nobody says. He let Heard 'Em Say ride out for about 3 minutes after the song came out. So when Say You Will dropped on 808 to Heartbreak and the beat rolled out for 10 minutes after, I was like, okay, well, that's normal Kanye because he did it on late registration. And then graduation was the big stadium stuff. My big brother was Big's brother.
Yeah.
Used to be J and Big's brother. Hip
Yeah.
hop brother with no ID friend, no ID my mentor, and I let the story begin. That stuff was great. I'm telling you. He had that album was stacked. We ain't gonna talk about graduation. We'll be on here another 30 minutes. I talk about graduation forever. I wonder, and I wonder
Yeah.
if you know. Nasty, man. So
What was the track with him on the no, that's Never Let You Down was on. That was
that was on late registration. I'm telling you, late registration was stacked.
mm-hmm.
I kid you not. He had the song with Nas on there. Celebration. You remember that thing? Dun, 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 dun. It was so nasty, bro. He had I already told you Gone. What was that one song he had with the Consequence? I
Feel like
forget.
that was I feel like that's the track I'm talking about. You talking about like Common?
No, I wasn't Common. I'm about to just look it up on Apple Music right quick.
Like I said, the one that I was thinking about. When it comes to being true to me, true to me.
That's Never Let You Down. That's got
Yeah. What's that? What's
did they
that?
have who
I
did
thought
they
that was
have
on
on? They had
Graduation.
Jay-Z, didn't it?
Yeah.
It
And
had
then it had
Jay-Z.
the other guy that was on the We All Here on the Purpose on a
Oh, the
Particular.
poet. The poet, yeah, that poetry
Yeah.
dude. Yep.
I'm serious. That's why I expose my heart to the globe, the world. Yeah, that was a Jay-Z was on that track as well too.
For sure. Okay, my phone acting up. But anyway, really big connection with Kanye. And then like his I mean, our personalities are miles apart, but
Mm-hmm.
I liked how he just didn't care, and he still doesn't care, even
Right,
though he's saying some stuff that I think is crazy.
right.
He's a creative genius, and I like that he's like unapologetically himself, even though folks call him crazy and stuff like that. Which some of the stuff he does is crazy, but um, yeah, he's always had a special place in my heart, being one of my first experiences with like hip hop on long form. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I listen to like stuff from the radio. I was listening to like Black Eyed Peas and just some basic hip hop stuff my dad would listen to and a little R&B. But that was like my first time I fell in love with hip hop, that backpack style that Kanye
Mm-hmm.
kind of brought to the forefront, so to speak.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Well, he's my number one, followed by J. Cole, but for
Okay.
sure.
So
And then
J.
Drake,
Cole. Okay.
yeah, and Drake just my formative years. I mean, Drake, my 2009 was So Far Gone drop. I never heard nothing like that either. I'm like, this man rapping. He good at rapping. Then he's singing on the same track. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Mm-hmm.
And it sounds good, but it's so yeah, man, that's my top five. Okay. Okay, now top five, let's switch gears because we got about 13 more minutes. So
Mm-hmm.
top five artists. Now we can go any genre. Your top five artists. It doesn't have to be in any particular order. Let's not do that because in all the genres. But who are your just top five artists? Let's just say that you like to listen to currently, because if we do all time, there ain't no telling,
Let's go
huh?
10. Go 10, man. This five is cutting it down to five hurts.
I mean, hey,
Uh, I mean, artists. Yeah, let's go 10 if we expanded to different genres. And
okay,
I'm in these I have no order.
okay, yeah, no order. We ain't worried about order.
Somebody that was definitely in my mind was CeeLo.
Okay.
That man
Fire.
can sing, that man can rap. I mean, yeah.
CeeLo Green.
CeeLo freaking Green, man. That dude is on another level. And I'm talking about just music. Yeah. Him, uh particular bands that have had an influence for me. Rage Against the Machine. I was introduced to them when I was in like grad school, and my supervisor was interested in them, or he grew up with them, but I listened to a lot of this stuff, and man, yeah. Rage Against the Machine, talented group of individuals with Zach De La Rocha and Tom Morello, all them. So really solid group. So Michael Jackson, Kanye, um, can't leave B off of there. Beyonce, in terms of just her sheer uh, talent. Jasmine Sullivan, I think, is a phenomenal vocalist.
Good. She's really good.
I mean, yeah, Jasmine
She got a
Sullivan,
unique voice too.
yes. And just so much vocal control and range, man. I just, um, uh, man, I think that was like five. That's like 5 or 6 folks right there.
Yeah, it's like 6.
Um, hmm. I'm just trying to think of people that I even um just said definitely like listen to, or that I find myself. I'm thinking of people that I find myself gravitating
Yeah.
back towards in terms of like their music or whatnot. Um I think PJ Morton.
I knew you were gonna say him. I was waiting.
Yeah, PJ Morton is extremely talented, sing, can play piano. I don't know if he can play multiple instruments or anything. I feel like you can't leave D'Angelo off of the list either, because he's D'Angelo, uh, uh, yeah, D'Angelo is so good, man. Hmm. Music Soul Child has had a bunch of influence in my life in terms of like music and stuff like that. Um,
Uh-huh.
I think I know I mentioned Kendrick before. I'd probably say Kendrick, and I think I got one more person. I think I said, have I said Kanye?
Yeah, he said Kanye.
I said he was like one of my first ones. Oh, I forgot to even mention this lady during the rap, and I think she's definitely like people don't even know who this person is, but Jean Grey.
Oh yeah, she's fire.
I think she's the best female rapper of all time.
Period.
Period. And nobody, and no nobody hardly know that like delivery, lyricism. Yeah, she like ain't and she ain't she and she be if you listen to if anybody's ever listened to any of her stuff, she ain't hardly talking about no sexual stuff really at all, really.
That's big. I like that.
So those are just people that I think just when I think about myself that influence me. I think I could go and be like nitpick and be like this artist, but I think I'm just gonna go like I'm solely going off either a mixture of personal connection with that artist and like overall influence and stuff like that. And I think it's so many other genres or other folks that I'm probably for sure not mentioning. But
Oh yeah, I mean, yeah, absolutely. Um, for me, I'd say all like if we think about all genres. I would say Hans Zimmer.
okay.
Uh, he's he's a film score composer. Um, he's probably my number one of all influence because that was where I got my start. Even for hip hop, I was listening to like classical music or band music, orchestra music. Wishing I could play that in my school, but they didn't
Mm,
play stuff like that. That was before even hip hop. I got into it. And Hans Zimmer was, my first big exposure to bringing that all together into film scoring. And he's done so many big ones that I really loved, but I didn't know who made them because I wasn't into film scoring at that time. But it's definitely Hans Zimmer, um, Kanye West, Owl City is one because he is he has Asperger's,
mm,
and anyone with Asperger's usually has some kind of um, obsession
mm,
that they're really something they're really good at. I used to work with a kid who had Asperger's. His obsession was vacuum cleaners, and
mm,
he could fix a vacuum cleaner. He could take one apart, put it all the way back together, and he used to fix people. People from around my job used to bring their vacuum cleaners to him to fix, and he fixed them so well they would be pulling themselves across the floor.
wow.
That's how good he was. So Owl City has Asperger's. There's one guy plays multiple instruments. He's he sings too. Amazing. Love his music. Always have. Ever since I heard his backstory, stuff like that.
Mm,
Um, Evanescence for sure.
mm.
Let me see. Drake for sure.
I've been
Um,
so forgetting about Drake, bro. Even though
yeah, just
you know,
overall artistry.
man, in terms of just like that Take Care album got
Yep.
me through my last year of like I listened to that until the casket drops with the clips.
Oh, yep. Yep.
Back and forth going to from Columbus to Starkville went on my like there was the only two albums and I had both of those discs to the casket drops and I drove to Columbus to get the casket drops when it came out when the clips when I dropped that
Right.
album.
Fire.
Take Care, man, I listened to that album over and over and over again.
Yeah. Drake is across. He's across genres. He doesn't have to rap. He's on like kind of like Pitbull trajectory to where like he could leave rapping and go do just straight pop. He can do
Mm,
Spanish music. He's already done songs with people from many other genres and countries and stuff. He's
mm,
worldwide. Like I
mm.
said, you know, uh, why you making techno? I said I'm worldwide. It's just another cargo jet flow. Man, yeah. He said, boys from the hood be like, why you always making techno? Yeah, he's nasty. Anyway, Jay-Z, did I mention Jay-Z? I don't know if I mentioned Jay-Z, Kanye
Mentioned
for
him
sure.
on the top five. Yep.
But yeah, Jay-Z top artist of all time, one of the top artists. Um, Miles Davis.
So I
Miles,
didn't all these jazz musicians too. Yeah.
yeah, I mean, there's so many. Miles Davis is a big part. I remember listening to Black and Blue and being on the verge of tears because I wasn't alive to hear that live. And I was like, this is crazy. Like I've never, I mean, obviously he lived before my time, but
Mhm.
it was crazy. I was like, bro, I'll never be able to experience that like live. Like I can go to a J. Cole concert. I can never go to a Miles Davis show.
Mhm.
Um, let me see. That's like six. Let me look at my
We have more time too since Ashton since Shanice picked up one of the kids, so we have
okay.
more.
I mean we close. We close. Let me see.
Yeah, I did the same thing. I was like searching through my phone in terms of everything.
Yeah, I'm looking at my Apple Music.
Yeah, I was just
See.
scrolling through like, man, who are some of the people that I find myself going back to a bunch.
Okay, let me see. What's his name? Oh, Nobuo Uematsu. He did the Final Fantasy, a lot of the Final Fantasy soundtracks.
Really?
One of the best to ever do it. Which those guys who do the Final Fantasy soundtracks, period. Sorkin, who did the Final Fantasy 16 soundtrack, the people who did the Final Fantasy 10 soundtrack, all them folks, the composers who work with Square Enix, they're out of this world. They shouldn't even be on this planet. They're so good at making these video game themes and stuff like that. Um, there's one. There's a. City Gideon. I mentioned him the other day. What was it? It's like City Blog. Gideon King and City Blog.
Mm-hmm.
They're I always forget their name, but their music is fire because like a band, but they're like alternative.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Faye Webster, she's newer, but I've never heard anything like her in my life. She's alternative. I like the alternative genre because you don't know what you're about to hear. It could be some of the
Exactly.
weirdest stuff you've ever heard in your life, or it could be some of the coolest stuff you ever heard in your life. And she's an example of the latter.
Mm-hmm.
She makes some of the coolest music, and like the way she approaches beats and songs and stuff. No, no, I don't think anyone could even try to approach that.
Mm-hmm.
Then I'd have to put. I'm a big fan of writers, so people who have written for other people because they're so good with the words.
Mm-hmm.
I really like Neo, big
Yeah.
time. Like
Yeah.
the stuff he writes is really good. Um, let me see. All time artistry. I think I like two more artists. Artists Evanescence. They're big.
Drizzy.
Right. Definitely. Um, I mean, legit. You tell me to start rapping. Um, there is personal connection there, but no, that's all I can think of, man, off the top of my head.
Mm-hmm. It's tough, man.
Yeah, without, I mean, without that's probably my I can give top 8 artists of all time
Mm-hmm.
because I mean there are other artists and stuff that I listen to, but not like I like them. I enjoy their
Mm-hmm.
music, but it's not like I put you on my top 10 list of all artists, all time artistry.
So
So
go ahead and criticize my list, man. So when I said Pusha T, in the past we done had me, you.
I definitely put Push T on no artist lists, rap lists, nothing. I ain't putting that man on. I mean, I like Pusha T. Or I don't mind Pusha T. Like, I,
Mm,
if I hear Pusha T verse, I'm listening to the verse, period. But he ain't going no top nothing in my book.
mm.
Um,
That's tough, man.
yeah, like you mentioned, Jasmine Sullivan. She ain't nowhere. If we talking like
I
Jasmine
think.
Sullivan, she's pretty high level. I'd say. Oh, hold on, just well, never mind. I'll call back whoever it is. It
Mhm,
might be somebody from somewhere else. But if we talk about Jasmine Sullivan, then we can't we no, actually Jasmine Sullivan is pretty fire. But we gotta also bring in people like
what, Pink?
Chrisette Michelle and folks like that.
Hmm.
They're really good on that level to me of a Jasmine Sullivan. Um, like I like PJ Morton, but obviously I wouldn't put him at that. I think it just depends on taste. I can't really critique your list per
Hmm.
se because the lists are opinion based.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
unless you're measuring against specific statistic, but no one does that because we're all humans.
Right. And then I think, like you said, like, when I think about some of your folks, I wasn't even thinking as deep in terms of like composers. Like you went even to a different level that I didn't even think about in terms of like, oh, let's look at composers. Oh, let's look at, you
Yeah.
know, writers and different things like that. I didn't even think about. I think when I thought about that list, it surely was like, who are folks that when I think about them as artists, they really have spoken to me, or I could think about. Like the crazy thing about it is like, I know, like I sit back and I try to think about different songs. I know a lot more songs than I do like rap, like actual like whole like verses of like rap lyrics and stuff like, like and I guess it's just about me being a singer, like, so like I know a lot of Drake's songs, like, what song is that called? Night Off.
Ooh,
No, that's
Pretty
Pleasure.
Ricky.
And I don't even know all of this song. Yeah, but I definitely know the intro.
Got the intro for sure. You know the intro.
But like I know a lot more songs, but like going back to the Pusha T thing, like I know the whole verse. I know both him and Malice's verse on Virginia. In my home, sweet home, I keep chrome next to my phone.
Yeah.
Since I love to feel like, yes, I'm passionately pimping. It is with themes. It seems the thing imprinting through the seam of my jeans by all means. Lost it all from lies to love. But my faith and my money helped me rise above. Cause see, I turned to the Lord. I know the whole verse. Why do I know this song? I have no clue.
Hey,
Like
it's connection, man.
I know no Cole verse all the way through. I know no Kanye verse all the way through.
I spit some verses right now. Kanye and
None.
Cole.
I'm like I don't like, even with what's like what
If I put a gun to your head right now, like, hey, you got to spit a Push T verse without messing up, you can do that.
I think
Virginia.
I probably I messed up a little bit on that, but that Pusha T verse I can get all the way through that one.
For
And
sure.
I feel like if it was going to if it was like, okay, you got to perform and you got to do that verse all the way
Do
through.
it.
Yeah, I can't think of it like any other art. I don't, and it's kind of weird, but
No, it's just life. I mean, everybody has their connection points to different
I don't even know
things.
why I connected with that song to like to the point to where I remembered it.
That
And
Till the
there's so many.
Casket Drops, is that song where they had that freedom song?
Freedom.
That's nasty. Hey, bro, hold on a second. Hey,
Yeah,
they was
freedom is
snapping on that thing, bro. I remember the verse. They
and
was
I hate that
snapping.
him and Malice don't really do any music anymore together.
No malice.
They did, yeah. Then no, he changed it back to Malice
He did it.
on the newest album that Pusha T had.
Oh wow.
Have you heard the new one?
Nope. I will though. I'm gonna listen to it.
Let me so it was, what's the name of that album? Almost Dry.
No, I ain't heard that at all.
It's Almost Dry. So it had the song I Pray for You. And it had it's Labyrinth and his brother. And I think his name is Malice on there. I'm trying to see if he's gonna show. Yeah, he's Malice on there. Malice, and he said it's Malice and Clips. So they consider themselves back together.
Nice. I love it.
On that track. And I think you've heard the song because I feel like we talked about it. I pray for.
I don't think I heard it. Like I didn't even know this album was on here.
Are you serious?
Yeah, when this come out last year, I had no earthly idea.
2022. Like
Daytona was the last one that I listened to from Pusha T.
Which one?
Daytona.
That was the one that had There was the Drake diss on there.
Infrared. Yep.
Infrared. And that was cool.
It was.
Um, yeah, yeah. You got to listen to It's Almost Dry. Definitely listen to I'll Pray for You, and then tell me like when I go pick up my youngest daughter, let me know. At least listen to that track.
I will. I'm going to. I was looking at Saha the Prince. That reminded me. He's another good writer.
Yeah,
But
he's done a few other. Who else has he wrote for?
Kanye. I
He
mean,
wrote for Kanye.
he's written for other people, but Kanye for sure. Rick Ross is written for a lot of people.
Yeah, and see, like the crazy thing is people don't realize how much artists be doing behind the scenes, for other rappers. And that's a thing when it comes to like writing and stuff like that, where people kind of like criticize that to a degree. Like in terms of rapping, that's a big deal, right? Like
For sure.
write your thing. Is that like, do you feel like as a rapper, that's a death sentence if you don't write your own stuff?
No, I don't feel like it's death sentence because people have already done it, and I mean you'll never know. They thing is people give credit to the writers on their albums and in the album credits, but people just don't catch it. They don't look at it a lot. Um, no, I don't think it's a death sentence at all. I wouldn't do it. It'll feel weird to do something like that. Might me personally as an artist, but they do you. I mean, I think Rick Ross is a great writer. I think he's an amazing writer. I think the stuff he puts out, he chooses to put that out. I used to think Rick Ross wasn't that great of a rapper until I read his book and realized how much writing he had been doing. And he's actually chosen to kind of dumb himself down a bit from what he used to do. If you read his book Hurricanes, so
Why do you feel like he did that? Is it more so the image?
yeah, I mean just because his niche that he landed in, like that luxury rap type stuff, rap
Mm-hmm.
about stuff like that. Um, but back in the day, if you read his book, he used to rap like Common and stuff like that. Seriously, he's like completely different. Yeah, picture Rick Ross rapping like that, but that's the kind of stuff he was on originally. But he was like, I can't really make it to where I want to with like this. So he kind
And
of
I think that's unfortunate too, right? Like to be at a place where you feel like you gotta change up who you are, because when you look at the grand scheme of like, and this is probably getting into another, we probably gonna have to end up having another topic about music or whatever, but like
yeah.
getting to a point to where you feel like you have to change who you are as an artist in order to conform with what mainstream media wants,
Yeah, what they want you to do.
the
Facts.
um
It's crazy,
supposed
man.
to be put out there. Oh, like we don't want, that's crazy, because it's like, it goes into this thing of like, we want black people to be listening to, shoot 'em up, bang bang, selling dope, all that other type of stuff and everything like that, so that these type of influences can continue to saturate their communities and stuff like that.
Yeah, that stuff is terrible. They know what they're doing. Someone knows what they're doing, keeping this stuff going. And I think some artists they know that they're doing it. Some artists don't know. They just copying what they saw, and they're doing it, and they're getting influence, and then that's influencing other people. So
Mm-hmm.
half of it, I think they're like, I know the lyrics I'm putting out are part of an agenda that is making, you know,
Mm-hmm.
this black people, well, people in general. I ain't gonna just say black people. People
Mm-hmm.
in general go a certain way. And I think some people are just like they just like their favorite artist rap like this, so they just like I'm gonna rap like this.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where you get the I feel like some of like the real Mexican OT and folks like that, you know. I'm a
I
dirty
mean,
baby from Dirty Babe with a dirty case. I'm like, hey, I'm a dirty baby from Dirty Babe with a dirty case. And I be snapping on that song. No, I like that dude. I really do like his stuff. But I like Paul Wall. I like UGK. I like a lot of
yeah.
this stuff. But you gotta like um
Oh, we
3 6
forgot to
Mafia.
mention Big Crit.
Oh,
Big
bro,
Crit. Big,
fire. That's
big,
an artist. That man, an artist. He need to be in the artistry list. That man,
right.
Big Crit.
I
He be
showed.
approaching stuff. Don't nobody sound like him at all.
No,
Can't do it.
no.
Can't do it
And
if you try.
he produced his music too.
He produces music. He's a good writer. He's a good rapper, and he can produce fire beats for other people. He
Mm-hmm.
got a song with that he wrote for Joel Ortiz.
Mm.
Fire. I don't know if you listen to Joel Ortiz, but he is fire. It's like Learn You Now or something like that. And I forget. I think it's written for a woman. It sounds like it might have been written with the original intent of being a woman, the subject being a woman. Like I
Mm-hmm.
want to learn you now, learn
Mm-hmm.
you now, and that's what it sounds like. But Joel Ortiz took the song and the beat and turned it into more like towards his kids, because
Mm-hmm.
like I wasn't around as much because I was focusing on my career,
Mm-hmm.
but now I want to learn you, be with you. So, but it's
Wow.
fire, Big Crit. Yeah, I completely forgot about my man Big Crit.
That Forever's a Mighty Long Time. You mentioned
Oh yeah, yeah.
those albums for people that were like the
Like the
tra-
Switch.
the switch.
That was it for Big Crit.
Hmm. That
I
was the
think
one
it
that I
was.
think he got the most relevance in terms of like uh I feel those also those albums where you feel like really people are really putting their heart and soul into it.
Exactly. That's the Switch albums, like J. Cole, 2014 Forest Hill Drive. I think here's the thing about Drake. I think Drake been putting his like heart out into songs for a long time. So he
Mhm.
never had to worry about it. As much as people make fun, can't like, oh, he's I call him soft. I mean, he's already telling you how his emotions, and he's mixing in like the luxury stuff as well. But
Mhm.
can't deny that for Big Sean, it was definitely that I decided, or no, Dark Sky Paradise actually.
Okay.
That was when he was like, okay, I'm just about to do me for real.
Hmm. I
Definitely I
remember
decided 100%.
I remember Jid, and is it Jid or is it JID?
Jid is the what he
Mhm.
calls himself.
Okay. So, and I love him too. He's a really.
Nasty. Oh my God. Oh my
What's
God.
the other group that's in a part of Dream? I love Boz too. I
Earth
forget.
Gang. Earth Gang.
They fire, bro.
Fire, bro. Back
They
before they were look before they signed to J. Cole, they had this album I used to listen to in college. It was a mixtape. It was called Mad Men. These folks had the same beat playing for like 10 minutes. And you know how you waiting for them to come in? It would just
Mhm.
be playing. And I remember the beat now in my head. It was so fire. And then it was playing and then dude, I forget which came in, but it was so nasty, man. They've been nasty.
Yeah, I heard them for the first time when me and my wife went to Paris, and I heard them for the first time because I think they opened for him. I want to say I feel like Ari Lennox was there,
Yep.
but I'm not 100% sure. But Cole, man, I he going to that concert was it was.
I'm telling you. What tour was
Yeah,
that?
he definitely submitted himself as a person in terms of his music for me at that concert. Like, because I'm not a big concert person.
Yeah.
I'm just keep it, I I'm not. And if I am going to a concert, I'm going somewhere. I'm not in no pit. I'm somewhere sitting my behind down.
Right.
What's going on? But I couldn't help, but I feel like standing up most of the time
I'm
because
telling you. I'm telling you.
the dude was just so and he was giving it to the crowd as far as everything too, man.
Yeah, for sure. For sure. He
Yeah,
he has that effect. He's a very good performer.
very.
And he don't do all that dancing and stuff. He just be straight up like talking and rapping. But he's very, very good. What tour was that? You saw him in Paris. I guess it was an international leg of a tour, some tour, but
Man, probably.
Was it the KOD tour?
It was not KOD. It was the one before KOD. The one where
For
it's
Your Eyes Only?
For Your Eyes Only, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, because
Yeah, I
there's a
missed that chance. I
lot of
should have
tracks
took
on
it.
that one. So
Yeah.
yeah, he did that. I don't remember any of the KOD tracks off of that. KOD came out around whose wedding was that we were all at? It
Trey's,
was
maybe?
Marlon's wedding, I think.
No,
Because I
KOD
can
came out.
remember I was at the wedding and I was like cutting everybody's hair and all that other crap. And then
That was
Trey's,
Kennard's.
that was Kennard's wedding.
That was Kennard's wedding.
KOD dropped that same weekend, I feel like.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, when you're the most valuable player.
Dude was
Key,
like,
key brother Kevin was like, "Hey man, this man do everything. Cut hair, shine shoes,
right.
iron, sew, do know how to do everything." I like, hey, yeah, for
Uh,
sure, man.
yeah, I think that's when KOD dropped. It was like I can almost remember, and then there was people was highly critical of that album in terms of everything.
Oh yeah, it definitely wasn't my favorite. It wasn't his top. KOD, For Your Eyes Only, they weren't really my favorites. I like certain songs off of them,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
that Forest Hills
comparing
Drive.
him to himself, heck
Yeah.
no. Like Off Season, Born Center, for Forest Hill Drive, those albums were probably his top
Mm-hmm.
to me.
Mm.
So, but I
Shoot.
get it. I get it.
Like, man. Um, when you think about like what kind of influences what you continue to listen to in terms of like music now too? You know what I'm saying? Like, um, is it the artists themselves? Is it specific things or circumstances
I
or are you kind of like always searching like your Apple Music or different
no,
things?
I've slowed down, man. I don't like search for music now like that. Like
Mm-hmm.
I'll check every once in a while on Apple Music. Man, my main focus, man, it's a lot of music that doesn't have words. It's more like film scores, stuff
Mm-hmm.
that invokes feelings.
Mm-hmm.
So as I get older, my list of people that are really influential to me is really probably going to shift more, less from like the Kanye and J. Cole, which I think they'll always have a place in my heart, but and more so towards like, you know, the Hans Zimmer, the Mancini, the Mancini, the
Mm-hmm.
Henry Mancini's of the world, like the Nobuo Uematsu, like those types of people is what I'm shifting towards. I listen a lot of now. I listen to a lot of lo-fi music, film scores,
Things
like
without words
a
is
lot of
what.
things without words. Yeah, I more so listen to like music for the feelings that it can give me or that I get just from listening, the relaxing feeling.
Yeah.
Um, I heard, I watched, I want to watch The Creator now with John David Washington in it because
Mm-hmm.
Hans Zimmer, I found I did that soundtrack and I just listened to some of the songs from it, just playing through on the soundtrack on Apple Music. I was like, Jesus Christ. I remember watching Boss Baby,
Mm-hmm.
right? And like there was a song at the end called Love. That's the name of the track. But I remember hearing I'm like, this is not no song for a cartoon. Like that's how good it was. Like this sounded like a dramatic, like it was crazy. And it was Hans Zimmer. I was watching The Covenant the other day. You seen that with Jake Gyllenhaal and Guy Ritchie movie? Okay. Yeah, movies, that's a whole nother ball game, ain't it? We gotta do another pod for movies. But
Yeah.
yeah, it's a Guy Ritchie movie. And if anyone's a movie aficionado type person, you already know Guy Ritchie movies, they don't be like about like the dramatic score stuff. It'd be like the fast talking. They'll have fighting in there and stuff, but it's not the dialogue is a little different. Um, but the soundtrack on there, I was like, what the heck is this? What is this in a good way? I was like,
Mm-hmm.
this is fire. So I was watching it. I found the soundtrack the other day. I was like, this is the nastiest soundtrack I done heard out of a Guy Ritchie movie. And I forget the guy's name, but I'm on him now. Like, so It's just so many different. I'm on them. I'm on them. I'm telling you. So, yeah, so many positive like influences. John Williams, the Indiana Jones soundtrack, the Star Wars classic, bro, classic. But
Wow. So, dude, he did Star Wars too.
yeah, John Williams did Star Wars. He did the Indiana Jones theme. Um, he did something recent. I think he did the new Star Wars, but just the main theme because
Okay.
he had retired, but George Lucas was like, please, for real,
Right.
he was like, please make one song. I need for this new Star Wars, and I think he did like the one song, but um, yeah, he's a beast, man. He's a beast, but of course he's a lot older now. Um, I mean, Revenge of the Fates. Like, you remember hearing that as a kid when they fought? When Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan fought Darth Maul.
Mm-mm.
Bruh, crazy, man.
Really?
You know that song? You heard that before?
Really?
Yes, it's nasty, man. I'm telling you. So, um, but yeah, man. All right, we're gonna wrap this up. Man, I know you gotta get ready to head out. You
Yeah.
all, with that, we gotta get out of here. I'm Justin.
And I'm Myron.
It's been another edition of the Just My Luck podcast. Y'all have a great one.
You too, man. Be easy, boy.